All right, we have some new quests too. All right, let's check back in with the folks at the base. Get through those any cutscenes that are there, and then we won't take on the last mission just yet. Sound like a plan? That's what New Game Plus is for? I guess so. I guess you're right. Enjoy your legendaries in New Game Plus. I kind of would rather... See, I actually really don't play New Game Plus all that often when in games. Not really. Almost never. I mean, I probably... See, and I even wanted to play Elden Ring New Game Plus, but I think it's more compelling to just continue playing my mage character. You know? And unlock the game through the gear and the specking, then play through it that way, then being able to instantly respec my character and have like all the spells and everything unlocked. So, unless they added some rewards to New Game Plus, I'd probably rather play the mage more. And you can clean up all the things after you beat the game. Yeah, I just know that once I'm done streaming it, I don't know how much interest I'll still have in going and doing those things.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks.
Silence is here. This is gonna be so good. We made him wait too. We did some quests. We made him wait.
Well, Silence. Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base?
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance.
Matter what.
Understood.
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
Yes! Look at her standing there.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Yes.
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
Oh, nice. They're just gonna be hanging out in the base. Our like betraying enemy and immortal lady from the
no,
future.
You first.
They just hang out in our base now. Quite the team.
Better get everyone in the control room so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
Assemble your companions. All right, so can I talk to them too without starting things up? Like, will it be obvious when we're starting it up? Bowser, you did NG Plus for Elden Ring to get the other endings. I want to do that eventually as well. And the one item I missed for the first playthrough. Okay. It's super fast. It's much faster and easier because you're carrying your character over, right? I would assume.
With Regala out of the way, Hikaru and Tanakh, they're safe. The future's up to them now. I do wish they'd drop all the honorary names they've given me. But if I've learned anything about them, that is not a battle I am going to win.
No. Future lady from the past. That's who she is. You're right. I like that. For sure. You ran to the necessary bosses and one-shot many of them. Okay. All right. Nothing else to grab.
I keep thinking he's just gonna be standing there.
I was sad.
Aloy.
74, 74 violets, guys.
Techno Newt. Thanks for the 74. Appreciate it.
With some interesting friends.
Wish I could say we don't need them. But Silence and Tilda are here for a reason. Even Regala.
Yeah. Enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
Right. I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Of course.
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need.
Sure, later. Aaron can literally punch him in the face after the game and technically say Aloy gave him the blessing to do so. She told me to do it after this was all over. Aloy would be like, okay, yeah, I did.
Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Katalo tells me you flew. Well, that's new.
That's new. Yep,
I've been
I'm
busting
flying
my
now.
balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Ah!
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
One of the funny things that I keep thinking about is like Aloy, like especially in the first game, she was the only one that like rode any of the beasts until like Silence later on, right? But now we see like the enemies and a whole bunch more people started riding them in this, and like now she's the only one that can fly on the Sunbird. But really, once everything becomes peaceful and the knowledge share happens and everything like that, like everyone's gonna be flying around everywhere on like metal pterodactyls, and like the whole world's just gonna be the world's gonna be crazy if everything stabilizes, you know? Once they like, oh my god, the skies are gonna be full of people riding all kinds of things. It's like, Gaia, make me a dragon. Gaia, make me a griffin.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope.
Okay, let's play Strike. That'd be the funniest thing to do right here. Right at
Okay,
the end of the
good
game.
Oh, you know where to find-
one story mission left. Let's play Strike.
Aloy, it appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tanakh something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Aaron and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he?
I have no need to form a bond with you. I am an ends to a means and a means to an end. Once this is over, I will never speak to you again. Thanks, Silence. You're so warm and fuzzy.
Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal. bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different. I have to go.
I'll make sure Aaron...
Thanks.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Aloy, do you have a moment? You flew? Kotalo told me. And took out Regala's machines?
Did I not fly right in front of her? I know, I did that story mission at a weird time.
You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. I saw we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost.
Oh, and I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan. I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Okay.
Thanks, Alpha. I'll put it to good use.
I'm just gonna put it back here for now. I don't know what it is, but just stick it right there.
Are you okay?
I was wondering, is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry.
Regardless, oh,
The kind of angry that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
we gotta go talk to her.
Don't worry. We're going to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
I find that surprising that she's here. Like, I'm curious to go talk to her. But why would we have to bring her to our base? It seems very unwise. Well, let's all just go to sleep.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
This Silence, he's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that.
I love that. That's so good. Silent Silver, thanks for following. He was born without that.
You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
I've already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn.
True.
Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I know if I say this, I'm gonna curse you guys too. In these cutscenes, that screen on the left that is fully like wigging out with data processing or whatever is driving me insane. I'm just gonna say that. Thank you.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths or...
It's like the camera angle keeps changing, but there's still a screen always in view that's scrolling fast.
Or just scared of her. Probably both.
Except this one.
Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close.
No.
His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way, or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
Cool.
I need to wrap up a few things, but stay sharp.
I'll be ready when you call.
She's like, I gotta get away from the screen. How do you stand that? How do you stand that screen? The screen is so annoying. Look, you're standing way too close to it, too. It's gonna burn a hole in your head. Let's go check in on Katalo. He must be super happy. What's up, man? What's this? Oh, his arm.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning.
You are a god.
I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
Amazing. I love Katalo.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Katalo. Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes. Only more persistent.
Yes. Look how he says yes. Yes. Yes.
Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say. You have more than earned my trust.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings and leapt into battle from the sky. For us,
Paratroopers.
to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
I love that. See if anything new
What
here.
did Chief Akaro say when you told him he'd be...
Oh.
You spilled...
What?
Indeed.
That was old stuff.
I have to go.
Understood.
All right, am I able to go? I guess I can talk to these
There you
folks
are.
and not start it. What's the actual next step on the mission? Assemble your companions. How would I assemble them? I guess I go up there. Let's see. How would I do that? So if I go up there where Gaia was, that starts the mission. Okay.
Welcome back, Aloy.
Hi. Back. Is that new? Oh, you brought one of the paintings here? How funny. Oh, it's just a hologram of it. Okay.
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon.
We
You're
saved a whole bunch of
truly
people.
a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever.
We suspected, right?
You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
I wonder how much that factors in, you know, because we're basically a clone of her. Maybe she's not gonna betray us.
you said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Okay.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and
Okay, we heard some of this
technical.
before. It's funny, we've heard this before, but yet now we're in a different place and she like points to a holographic painting on the wall. That's really interesting.
I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years.
Literally.
She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me.
Wouldn't she say, what did she say? I forget what she said.
Those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Farzineth, not who I truly am.
Very cool.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit.
We did see that? I missed
After
it.
hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10,
That's 10.
including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
10 of them. Okay, I didn't realize there was that many. Oh, damn. All right, I think what we're going to do is finish talking to her about all these subjects. And then I think you can probably talk to Silence and the Vile Betrayer. I forget her name in the moment. But I think we might do that next stream. So we just have some of this momentum going into the final mission. Regala. I don't know why I can't remember these names. But they all end in like Allah or Allo. Hikaru. Regala, Hitaro, Halolo, Katalo, Badolo, Solo, Yo-Yo.
So, Eric.
Does that sound like a plan?
Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
Wow. That guy is 1,000 years of being able to murder people in simulations, and now he wants real blood. Okay, cool.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation.
One thing that isn't really a stretch in the concept of if you accept that she's been alive for 1,000 years and can remain healthy forever, But it's funny to me how her memory is so intact, you know. But I guess that's part of it as well. She can remember everything that's happened.
It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician,
Hey, McMerlin.
able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
I would very much like that.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones.
Was.
When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
Oh, that's a shame. And Verbina's the one that we killed, right?
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths. Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What, like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done
Cultists.
something right to have survived
Influencers,
this long.
cultists, same thing.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
She was the one who got hit by the first prototype. Yeah. And they oh the bandits killed her. I thought I was the one that killed. I fought her in that sequence, right? I thought so. We're in the cult of the otter, apparently. I guess so. Hashtag not a cult.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth, titans of their industries.
And let me guess, all selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Fast food printing business. All right.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I
I'll
went
be
up the
here
cliff
until then.
and I saw what happened
And
before
thank you,
going
Aloy,
down
for
to get
giving me
down.
this
Okay.
chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Overconfidence is an insidious killer. All right. Oh, look, they give me more loot. New loot. Nice. You want your pizza printer and I want it now? Yeah, I know. Print me a pizza. What do you want for dinner? Can you print me a pizza? You know what? When I was a kid, I could never have imagined cell phones or the internet. So you never know. Maybe we'll be printing pizza. And I'm sure it'll be healthy and not carcinogenic. And I'm sure it'll be great.
Did you need something?
Yeah, I'll talk to you next time. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying to find an exit here. Oh, that's not what I want. Let me just do this. We're gonna wrap things up